everybody, welcome to or welcome back to Dash Yoga. My name is Ashleigh. We have a quick yin today for hips. So let's start in a comfortable seated position. As always too, if you want to grab a couple props, I have a bolster and a block, but you can use whatever you have around your house, or you can do this practice prop free, totally up to you. So let's just take a couple minutes in a seated position. You can rest the hands, sit nice and tall, close your eyes, and just start to feel your breath moving through and around you. Letting go of any tension in the shoulders and feeling a sense of steadiness and grounding through your sitting bones. Allow your spine and crown and that energy line to reach up past you. Feeling a connection to the divinity and the heavens around you. And feeling a sense of ease as you simply sit back and just feel and lean into your breath. And a few reminders for your yin practice is as we come into each pose, I'm going to offer stillness in each one. Little reminders, encouragements to stay where you are, to find stillness in body, mind, and a sense of fluidity through your breath. In some poses, it might feel very natural to surrender to the stillness. In other poses, it might be more challenging to be in the stillness. Please know that whatever you feel and experience, that is part of your journey today. And what I want you to listen to is if you do feel any pain, just using that as an indicator to come out. If you feel resistance, uncomfortable, challenged, can you pause and stay there and really attune to your breath more and more? Beautiful. Start to take the gaze down to the ground. Eyes are going to come open. We're going to start in our butterfly pose. Soles of the feet touch, knees open. Now you can walk your feet as close to your body or as far away from your body as you like. Just starting to fold over your legs any amount. You can take hands under your ankles, floating your forehead towards your heels, or this is where you can start to invite in your props. Using some pillows, blankets, whatever you have to create almost a little shelf or something to hold your forehead here so the head and neck isn't too dangly. If you have a longer blanket rolled up or a pillow, I really like to drape my arms over top of it and just set the forehead down, allowing the natural curvature of the spine to start to happen a little bit more organically. So finding that sweet spot, settling in and finding the place to be still and to just be. It may take your body a few moments to sort of settle and attune to the stillness. It might take the whole practice to finally get there. Remember, it's not one size fits all. And every time you step onto your mat is going to be different, just depending on what you've done throughout the day or throughout the week and how you've shown up energetically. Your mat and this time is a safe space for you to explore whatever you're feeling. Perhaps holding space for yourself to open, to surrender, start to chip away at some of the blocks or the heaviness, the pillars that might be living within. You might notice in some poses, you might organically start to melt towards the earth. And we appreciate and take in those little movements, but dropping right back into stillness once you're there. Start to feel your way back into your body. Hear my voice with more clarity. And take your time to unravel from the shape that you're in. If you have props, perhaps take them off to the side. Place your feet on the ground and do a small windshield wiper back and forth. Next, I'm going to ask you to take your legs into more of a straddle split position. So think kind of a nice wide V or a longer line. Flexing your feet. You might stay more upright, hands to the ground, starting to hinge. This can be lovely. You might find your way onto your forearms or onto some props. Great place to stay. I also sometimes, if you have the luxury of having a bolster, I love to place it on a little bit of a diagonal and use the forehead to catch the top of the bolster and hang here. Another good one is setting up a couple blocks and creating almost a ramp-like with your pillows, bolsters, or blankets. Just fold them up to whatever shape you like and starting to melt forwards. Get comfortable, settle in. As the feet are flexed, you'll probably feel a nice stretch in the backs of your calves as well as your hamstrings. And as you know, melting into that place of stillness. Just knowing that every shape, every position, it's going to be different. So looking at yourself and your body and your hearts and your thoughts with this kindness and understanding. It's hard to get out of the mind at some points. And especially when the body is still, that's usually when the mind goes into list mode or overload. So doing your best to step away from the monkey mind, from the plans. And each breath is a reminder to be present with yourself and your energy as you melt more and more. Begin to come back and take your time to walk up nice and slow. Take time for your eyes to open, to place your props off to the side. Maybe shake the legs out or windshield wiper the legs back and forth, whatever feels best for you. Next, we're going to be moving into deer pose. So I'm going to shift to the side so you can see. Right leg is going to be the front leg. So I'm going to bend my right knee so the shin is parallel to the front of the mat, flexing my foot. And then my left leg is going to be sort of a little 90-degree angle as well. So as I'm in this shape, the weight is really on my right butt cheek. My left butt cheek has that little bit of hover. There's nothing wrong with the hover. If it feels uncomfortable, you can always take a little blanket to just sort of mind that gap if there's a gap. Now, for the front leg, similar to pigeon, you can keep your shin parallel, or you could always modify by drawing your right leg on more of a diagonal. So I want you to check in and see what feels the best for your body. Maybe start sitting up nice and tall and then starting to fold forwards any amount. Your front foot stays flexed, your left toes are flexing to the side. I can stay on my hands and fingertips. Maybe you choose to lower down. Maybe you add in some props. Make this about you. And just allowing your body to come again into that place of stillness and ease. Scan through the body. Notice if there's any areas you can breathe deeper into, creating room and spaciousness. Look into the nooks and crannies that we all sometimes scan over. And what do you see as you look a little deeper in? What do you feel as you start to unlock? And really observe these thoughts and sensations, letting them be part of your experience, but not letting it define you. It's not defining your practice, your worth, or how far you are in life. Feel yourself be held by your props and by Mother Earth as you ground, connect, and invite in room. Take a couple deep breaths, and with care, walk yourself up. And feel the weight move more to the right side so you can swing your left leg forwards, right leg back, switcheroo. Left shin parallel or on that diagonal if that feels more organic for you. Your right thigh is also parallel to the front. All 10 toes are flexed. Weight might be on your left cheek. Kind of see how it feels on the right side and start to walk forwards onto palms to forearms or to props as you melt down. You can add as much or as little as you need, as always. And taking the same amount of time here, 3 minutes. You might notice after you've journeyed on the first side, this side might come with more sort of understanding, knowing what the pose is and maybe how it might feel. But also going into it again with no expectations. This side could be completely different. You might feel it in a totally different area than you did on your right side. This is where the judgment goes out the door. And it's about honoring the moment that you're in and seeing the beauty within and around you, no matter what shape your body is making. And maybe with that understanding, you feel, with the exhale, you relax in more and more. Start to come back to my voice and slowly lift yourself up. Props off to the side. Weight into your left cheek, slide your right foot forwards, hands behind you, windshield wiper legs back and forth. And then I invite you to lower into your backs, coming in to your happy baby. Legs to the sky, bend your knees. And grab your outer edges of your feet or your big toes, ankles, calves, or a really nice modification could be taking hands under your knee creases, dropping the heels towards the backs of your thighs. If you're taking this one, I like to think about drawing the thighs in and then knees out. And I could do the same thing, just taking my hands below my knees, drawing in and out, feet stay flexed, or more traditional happy baby. And wherever you are, envision the back of your head, your shoulder blades, your low back, surrendering more to the mat. Entering a place of stillness. And knowing that we're nearing the end of the practice, maybe the stillness comes with more understanding, with a sense of feeling of this inner knowing. In a world that over-glorifies busy, you have been still and quiet over the last 20-25 minutes. How has that made you feel? And holding space for those feelings and energies to float around in your head and heart. But ultimately trusting what you did today. not about how much or how little. It's about saying yes and showing up in these practices for you. Committing and working on you. That is the gift, that is the lesson, and that is a reminder to come back to you. You're going to draw the soles of the feet to touch. Grab your ankles and draw your heels towards your groin. Place your feet down to the earth and know that you can stay here or extend the legs out in front of you for your final resting pose, your Shavasana. Just taking a few moments to be soft and still, knowing that you've already done the work. Now it is time to replenish from the inside out. Still honoring your stillness, but being okay with also inviting in a space of nothingness. And begin to find your way back into your body and your breath. Feel your belly rise and fall. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and take a full body stretch. Arms reach back, toes forwards. Full breath in. Exhale, exaggerated sigh out. Roll over slowly, eyes stay closed. Use your bottom arm as a pillow for your head. And then please find yourselves coming up to seated, hands at your hearts, bowing down and honoring the student, the teacher within you. Thank yourselves for showing up and honoring this beautiful practice and embodying stillness. Knowing that this is a practice that you can find on and off your mat anytime you feel like everything is too go, 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 or maybe you've said yes to too many things. Take a few moments, pause, breathe, and really come back to the magic, the lessons, the learnings that exist within your hearts. Thank you so much. Namaste.